Good day, guys. Now moving on to chapter 4, behavior communication. So, what could a behavioral communications? What in any language can represent a behavioral communication? So, behavioral communication can be compared to a dancing with someone. Just like dancing, where your movements and reactions show your partner how you feel. In behavioral communication, your actions, expressions, and responses convey your thoughts and emotions to others without using your words. So, it is the basics of non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is like the background music. Like as we compared the behavioral communication to a dance, how will we dance? We dance to a background music, right? So non-verbal communication is the background music of the dance. It sets the tone and adds depth to the conversation. Things like facial expressions, gestures, posture, eye contact, and speaking in very low volumes in which we speak. So all those things can speak so many things without even a single word spoken. So we have to understand the non-verbal communication very well. So it is very important that here in this behavioral communication, the body language plays a very important role. So it is like a silent movie. It tells a story without words. A confident posture, a genuine smile, a firm handshake can convey the trust and authority a person has to the other person. And the same way, if we are avoiding eye contact with a person, if we are not able to see the person into his eyes straight, that will speak volumes. That will communicate that the person is not ready for the communication to happen with the other person. Probably the person is not confident enough. Probably the person is out of fear. Probably the person is in some anxiety or depression. So those person, they will avoid eye contact. So these expression will speak a lot than all the spoken words. So these things shows the power of the body language in the behavioral communication. So there are so many things that we can communicate through our behavior. So we have to learn what are all the do's and don'ts. That has been actually part and parcel of our Indian tradition. So our elderly people, they used to tell us, sit straight. Do not hunch your back. They used to say, right? Kun poto karada. Don't cross your legs. Don't cross your legs with your hands. These things were part and parcel of our body language system in our own family. So there are so many things that we should learn what to do in our body language. Like we have to always be, it has to show our openness and interest through our eye contact, through our smile. So we have given so many live examples, like live pictures in the slide. You could see persons sitting, slouching, not interested, widening their legs. Those are all the things that shouldn't be done in any professional meeting. You have to present yourself neat. You have to be sitting straight. These things, that will show that you are very confident enough. That will give a good opinion on yourself. So try to move on to the do's and don'ts of all the body languages. We have to know how we should be behaving in a professional meeting, how we should sit. We shouldn't be frowning. We should be sitting up straight. We should be having a little smile. It is not like laughing wide enough, but a small, very gentle smile. so that it will show that we are enthusiastic. So if somebody is even the hand gestures, do not make unnecessary movements, do not make unnecessary movements in your body, do not cross your legs, so do not cross your hands. So there has to be positive body language, and we have to build a good rapport in communication when we are presenting ourselves in front of others, because it influences the posture and gestures. It really gives an impact on us, how others perceive us. So body language, at one point, and many things, they convey many things. They even convey emotions, and they convey the intentions without even a single word spoken. As we said, if we are just having good smile, we are giving a good enthusiasm towards the other person. So try to learn all these do's and don'ts in body language, so which plays really a good role in behavioral communication. So what could be the impact on behavior when it comes to verbal communication? So verbal communication, yeah, behavioral communication plays has a major thing on non-verbal communication. But verbal communication also plays a part, like how we use the words, what words we use, what tone of voice we use. Do we have the clarity while we influence? How others take, how others respond? Are we clear and respectful in communication? These things will make us more understanding, and these things will make the interactions very positive. So verbal communication has to be like a script of a play. So it has to be you have to be very much careful while you are choosing words and other things whichever has been mentioned over here. And as we already have looked into this active listening, so it is like active listening is, it has to be, the person has to be fully focusing on the other person's words, to understand the emotions, asking questions. They should be able to, simplify it, and they have to show some gestures like nodding head, so that the person would get to know that, oh, this person is interested, yeah, this person is engaged. So with just a nodding head, we would get to know that the other person is listening to us. So there has to be good role of this active listening in this behavioral communication with gestures and other things. So it is like, being a detective in active listening. So this behavioral communication takes the communication to another level, where the emotional intelligence pitches in. So it is like, the emotional intelligence it's a very good thing, which plays the role of all the emotions we have. So it helps you understand and manage your emotions. And we have to, as we said, like, in this effective communication and situational communication, we spoke about, fitting into others. We have to understand from their role. Like, I'm just giving an idea. I have to get into my shoes and I have to understand what I'm trying to say. We have to be little open enough to empathize with others. So being emotionally aware allows you to communicate more effectively, and you can build a stronger relationship. So that way, emotional intelligence is bit needed in behavioral communication. So that has to be given a little focus. So what could be the barriers and how can we overcome the barriers? So they are like roadblocks in a journey, right? So there can be, as we said, misunderstandings. So there can be cultural differences. So again, being patient anywhere in any part of communication, the first and foremost thing that would help the communication become more better is being patient enough. and the openness to listen and learn from others. These could, be a good thing so that we can overcome the barriers of the effective behavioral communications. So, what are all the strategies we can implement for improve the behavioral communication skill? So, improving behavioral communication skill is like, sharpening a pencil. So, we have to practice active listening. We have to observe any non-verbal things that is happening with the person, like, is he nodding the head, is he nodding right, or is he nodding no? And we have to interpret what is the non-verbal thing is happening from him. We have to be mindful of our own body language as well, and we have to be little aware of our tone, the voice tone, whichever we are delivering. We have to be mindful of those things. When we apply, when we have all these things, we can have a very better behavioral communication skill. And as well, we can seek feedback, and we have to adapt our communication style to different situations. So we have to be little flexible enough so that the same communication style doesn't pitch in different situations. We have to lower our tone when it is a condolence house. We can just, jump in joy if it is going to be a birthday party. So everything differs, right? So we have to be little adaptive about our communication style to different situations. So here are some examples of successful behavioral communications. So successful behavioral communication is like, hitting the point where we have to while we are in archery game. So it is like, resolving conflicts peacefully, negotiating successfully, a team meeting, a counseling, a team meeting through effective leadership and communication. All these things come into the category of successful behavioral communication. So I have made it a point in a way that these could give you some glimpses and some good explanation about all the behavioral communication, and you can just have a comparison with this to the given PPT so that you can understand more. So behavioral communication is the art of connecting with others through words, actions, and emotions. By mastering non-verbal cues, active listening, and emotional intelligence, you can build trust, solve conflicts, foster positive relationship in both professional and personal life. So that is all about the behavioral communication. So what we have seen is what is behavioral communication. We have moved to the understanding the basics of non-verbal communications, where the emotion, intentions, attitudes, eye contact plays a major part. And we did get to know about the power of body language. We had learned about do's and don'ts in the body language, and what could be the verbal communication, what impact a verbal communication can give on behavioral communication, and the active listening skill, the emotional intelligence that plays a role in behavioral communication. Those things we have seen, and we have also seen the how we can overcome the barriers to effective communication and strategies to improve, and certain examples of behavioral communication. So happy learning, and we can move on to the next lesson. We'll see in the next chapter. Thank you.
If you like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.